Well, folks, we got this table of stuff and we don't have our fenders mounted yet. So, right, Doug? Gonna do that? All right, so that's where we're starting. We're gonna get these fenders mounted and we'll see where we go from there. I think we're gonna try to mount the rear section of the fenders and possibly try to do some running boards, maybe a running board splash apron combo. And probably fill in this area, at least see if I can make that stuff. And then I'll be pretty happy with that. Well, yeah, we'll do those, that. We have to do shock mounts as well. So that'll kind of button up the front end if I can get those things all going, like in the loose sense that we're just about there to tear this thing all apart. So first plan of attack is we're gonna come in here. I'm going to do a rough measurement, like I said last time, and I didn't actually do. But we're going to bob the rails. We're going to weld on those new horns that I made. Get them on there so we can get these fenders semi-mocked up, kind of locked onto there. And then we can work on the fender braces. I'm feeling that this should be in the same place, that we can just bolt these on as they should be. And they should line up with the fenders, how I have it, but we'll see. That's why I haven't committed to doing the full big holes in here yet, just in case. All right, let's get going. Well, we got both of our frames, horns, for each side. This one, I don't have all the holes drilled. I just know the middle one I think is supposed to line up. If I kind of do this right. I think if I hold that on, that one goes there, that one, yeah, so the horn just sticks out the front. So if I line this one up, whatever I think it is about, gets me somewhere right around there. So, ta-da. Yeah, I think there, maybe right here. We'll do it right there. So I gotta slice that off. That way we can weld that thing on, and then we can technically bolt this fender to it. Because you can see the gap in here right now. I can actually like stick my, this fender's looking for that downward slope that is this. Okay, so this, well, sort of works. Now I can kind of loosely mock up that side. I want to make sure that the fender looks right. In a perfect world, my measurements are right everywhere, and that's usually not so much. It's pretty much a guarantee that I goofed. Anywho, let's get that going here. All right. So I'm a rather visual person, so I like to visualize my fender on here. I mean, technically, it should be in the same place, but I don't know if that always works out for me. Let's see, just for the heck of it. I feel that's about right. And survey says I should stick some stuff under here, stand back and have a look at it. I think that's good. I mean, it's got to go down, but it's because this is supposed to be that big old dent I missed there. It's gonna work. That'll work. It'll be fine. We are going to do the best that we can do here. And try to do this nicely. Slice away. Not with that one. We will go with this one. I know my blade's not going to go through the whole thing, but we'll see. I think I have some bigger blades, but I'll get this started. Actually, I'll do the other side quick. Get that one lined up here, marked out. Boo earns. Golly. Okay. Mark the spot. Perfect. Mark the spot. Perfect. All right, slice and dice. There's definitely some kind of consistency issue from side to side, so basically I'm going to tack it on, we'll fit the fenders and see what I did right or wrong here. Because I feel something's not quite right here. Yeah, there's a little bit of difference here. Clean these up quick. Oh man, how many times does somebody do that, eh? I've turned the tank on, but I didn't turn the welder on. All right. Survey says definitely a ground issue. Now, start all over again here. Get that thing lined up. And we are slightly off, so. Okay. A little more heat. That wasn't a very good tack. I'm just trying to line this thing up. Okay. One down. Do the other side, and then we'll test fit our fenders here, because I don't really know what's going on. I feel things are out, but first fender test fit. I think this is what I had for my spacing, was 2 blocks on the other side. We got to lose the corner of this fender because of my steering. I feel that's about right. Yeah, a little bit more. All right, I think that's actually got to come out a bit, but I think we'll make sure it looks right. All right, look at that. I think that'll actually stay up. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Where did my block go? Oh, definitely not that high. Like that. That even feels kind of high, but and for what it's worth, it is lined up, sitting in the spot. Survey says here, kind of going to see if the wheels look right. My front horns, I feel, are a little different from side to side. So I only have the one center hole to reference, but not cooperating so well. I don't know. I mean, it seems okay. Definitely something a little different about this fender. This one looks okay. Like I say, I like my wheel a little bit further forward yet. Like, it feels really high. What I should do is put that spreader bar in and just kind of to hold the fenders. Spreader bar, that headlight bar. I should put that on and to hold the fenders where, you know, where they should be, kind of thing. Yeah, I'll do that first. All right, definitely needs a lot of work here. Well, I think I have it on backwards now that I look at it. It either points down or it points back. So whatever, not a biggie. You can definitely see that thing's got to go back. So yeah, I don't know what I was measuring, but it definitely needs to go, both of them need to go back. I don't know which one's worse. That looks okay. I really don't dig this. This is like, man, excessive in my eyes, but well, we'll see what happens. I mean, they sort of look the same front to back. I can't lower the front anymore. Like, I guess I can go like another inch, but like my drop axle's only 3. I could put a reverse spring, get it down a little more, but I don't know how low I really want it. Like, I don't want it like, I mean, I like low, but even that feels high. You know what I mean? It doesn't line up with the rear running board. There's a definite weirdism going on. I think it has to do with my frame. It kicks up so much. That might make this a little more interesting up in the front. This side's got a little of the same, but the fender sort of looks like it lines up with the back. So it's got to be an alignment issue, or, you know, just a twisted fender. Let's see how close. That's sitting that way. So this is actually pretty good on this side, so I think that's okay. And this fender, you know, seems a little bit lower. Kind of like my wheel in it, but whatever. You can only do what you can do here. All right, what I'm gonna do is figure how much more I want this back. So I'm gonna like pop my clamps. I'm gonna slide this back a little bit more. I don't think it needs a lot, but a little bit. Maybe when that bar touches the top might be all I need for this side. I think both sides are about the same. So we got to bring the rail back to match it. So let's blindly just try until I hit that. Snug this one down. And hold on, folks. All right. Well, it's better. I think it's okay. I just don't like the height. Like, if it was there, I think that'd be... Yeah, it's okay. Like in the center. I'd almost like a little bit more, but... Okay, so I moved that back. I'm going to figure out roughly from my dot. Where is my dot? Oh, wow. That's quite a bit. We're pretty much going to get that rail into this, close to this thing like I was thinking. Okay. I know there's a wowie of a different cut, but I think we're pretty close side to side here. Now it's going to even out, because this one was ahead a bit. I know this one was ahead, so that's going to even it to this one, and I guess this one doesn't need as much. It's kind of my guess, but it feels like it's pretty tall. I mean, it is really tall. I don't know what I got to do there. Not too worried. I'll figure that out in a bit. First things first, let's get the fenders where I can put them on. Like, basically what I want to do now is we're going to shorten this up, then I can put a bolt in, we can thread and tap or something there, and just get a step closer to this just making sense. Alrighty. Well, I think this is about as far as I am getting tonight. Didn't do too bad. We got our braces in. They sort of line up. Like they're... I'm seeing air. They're kind of there. This side's not bad. Like it's pretty close on the money. The other one, I think the brace, the upper part, the fender might have been hit on the other, like whatever it came off of. Because you can see it's down here, and it should be... I don't think that fender's got to pull down to that. So I think that bar just needs to be tweaked out so that we can bolt that on. But other than that, pretty happy the way that's going. From here on, we'll have to figure out our shock scenario situation. So, you know, we can go there, we can go down there. I am almost leaning towards the lower of them, and then we'll cut this off just because it's just more room. There's a lot more room. I'm thinking we're going to go with these F1 dealios. Oops. Part of me thinks I want to do this, but I don't know. I almost want to save these for like an open wheel truck or a car or something like that. We might just make something with our fast cut and just make a simple little thing that follows the body that we can kind of get this shock mounted into there. I think that would be ideal if I don't keep dropping it here. Let's see. We do this. Get that onto there. So there we go. We can probably keep it pretty tight to this mount. Like, I guess some people would go off this mount, but I don't think it's very strong. Like, it's going to need something. So I'm not going to try to tie into that thing at all. But I guess I could bring it back a little bit, and then we can come off the side, make two little tangs that hold that shock in place, and I think we'll be pretty cherry there. So that'll be pretty easy. So that'll be tomorrow, do that. The horns and stuff, I'm happy where they are, so I'm just going to burn them in. When the chassis comes off, we'll have to do some tweaking down here because it's just a hair bit off. So, but we also have this mount all open into there. I chopped open for the spring, so we'll have to do some boxing and things in there anyways. So anyways, yeah, it's about where we're at. So tomorrow we'll build some shock mounts and tweak that little brace, and I guess like the fenders are kind of mounted at that point. I guess the big thing is we'll come back and try to figure out this thing, because I don't want to tie anything into here, but I want to have something to hold this fender, because you can see how it needs a little bit of loving. It's a little, both of them are a little twisted, so I'm going to try to twist them back into shape and figure a way to build some kind of a mount that, I don't know how I want to do that. It's like if I had shorter arms it'd be better, but whatever. Working with what we got. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep these ones. They're split, but I think I have some other ones. If I do Model A arms, they're actually shorter. I think these are from like a 30s or something like that. I have another set that are split. And there's like a stock Model A one, but you can see how much shorter they are than, say, the ones over on the left. But that one's got a little bit of a tweak in it. Oh, I got a set right there. So I don't know if I have weld-in bungs, but I don't know if these are actually fully welded yet. Yeah, I think I can take those out and reuse these ends. So I think we might do that tomorrow, because what might be nice is it'll probably bring it in around here. And then I can build like a really nice simple brace to hold the fenders up onto the chassis, to which then we can kind of tie in our running boards. That would be pretty cool. All right. There's been a compound of things that have been happening here, and a lot started to go wrong. So, what did I do? I ended up just throwing in that other spring, even though it's wrong. I had these shackles, I reversed it, and it was like, it sits way too low, but it was just, okay, I know I want to do a reversed eye, something, get the front down a little bit. So in that happening, actually, yeah, I did that. And then I changed the arms because I wanted the, what do you call it? I wanted the shorter arms so I have somewhere to mount my fender. So I started farting with that. Then I realized, so I got this kind of here, but it's not going to work. Then I noticed my steering didn't work, and I thought those arms I bought were drop arms, like they were like, I'll show you here. I thought these were drop, but I think they're pretty much stock. So that doesn't help me at all. I had a set. I just ran the taps through them because they were in the fire. But anyways, you can see, maybe you can't. You can see how much more of this drops down. So anyways, that clears my arms now, which is good. And then, like I say, these are on, because the spring's so much smaller, I've turned these around. That's why it's wrong. That would probably lift this an inch if I did it, but the spring's too short and I had the reverse eye. Blah, blah, blah. I was just trying things and it's not working. I mean, I like the low. So I think with the reversed eye spring and a few springs pulled out, I can get the car kind of around here. I don't know if I wanted this low. It's not bad. Like, it's still, there's plenty of ground clearance, so I'm not worried that way. But the problem that came in is I'm just not happy with the wheel sitting. Like, it's centered, but you can see how the wheel looks like it should be kind of cresting into that area. I'm pretty sure, because it looks like it's too far back. That's why in my eyes that wheel needed to be, man, I don't know, an inch? Maybe half an inch? It seems very little, but I mean, to me it'll wreck the overall look of the car. So what that basically means is I'm going to pop the grill off, because this is not a problem. This is fine. I like where the fenders are at. This bar goes across the front of my grill nice. Like, that part's all good. I just don't like, what we're going to have to do is, good thing I didn't weld it solid. We got to cut this cross member free, and then we're going to move it ahead till the fenders, the wheels fit in the fenders. We're going to just do whatever to the wheelbase till I get it to the way I like the look. That's what I'm shooting for. So, like, this side looks even worse, but I think it's just because the fender's not sitting right. Something, but it's about the same as the other side. You can see this one's more exaggerated. I think something's not lined up right here, but I did bend and kind of straighten out that, but I think this thing needs to go down a little more or something. And like I say, the fender comes in. It's supposed to sit out, and when you pull on it, the front of the fender comes down. I don't know. Hard to explain, but it's a thing. So I'm going to clean up a bunch of junk here. I'm basically going to run the jack back. We're going to support the frame, just take some of the weight off of it. I think I'm going to start just a ½ inch. It's going to involve a bunch of things, but I'm going to cut the cross member free. We're going to move this cross member just about a ½ inch ahead, and then we'll see if I like where my wheels are sitting. And, well, if not, we just move it again. It's going to involve me notching back into here because the spring actually has to go into the chassis, so I'm going to end up notching into there. But I might tack it. If I get everything done right and good, when I blow it apart, I'll be able to take the cross member out and I'll be able to build a nice box framed inside that chassis here. As you can see the spring going through there. So I need to make that thing, like, beef that up inside of there. At least it makes me feel better if that thing's all beefed up inside, that it's just extra strong. Anyways, kind of put a wrench in my stuff, but that's how it goes. I wouldn't be able to leave that. That would bug me every time I'd walk up to the car. It just wouldn't look quite right to me. I really don't know. Maybe it's, a lot of cars are like that, but if I have the option to move it ahead, you'll see it'll have just a little bit better look. It may look a little big over here, but it just finishes that wheel, as the roundness of this wheel looks like it should be more into there than it is there. That's just what I see. I'll stop rambling and I'll just start working. That was about half an hour farting around. But look how much nicer that wheel looks. See? Much better. So we egged our cross member ahead. Because I have these adjustable shackles, I'm able to actually leave my cross members flat. Before I had it at a little bit of an angle. Now it's perfectly flat, so that's good. I'll be able to fix this back part because it's kind of kicked out now. But anyways, with that said and done, both wheels look mint. We have our trailing arm just tacked in. So now in my head, in the big picture, what I'm going to have is room here that I'll be able to maybe take some 1/4 inch plate or something. I can go here and we can make a bracket off the chassis that this fender can bolt to. So it'll have a rigid structure. And then from there, we'll kind of figure out the rest of it. Like this one, we'll probably be able to just make with some regular, you know, sheet metal, kind of go over, and then with a little bit of a little flare, maybe underneath it. Maybe it'll go underneath. I don't know how we're going to do that yet. I'm kind of thinking it's going to go to the edge because the body kind of rolls. So I don't know 100% yet, but whatever. Get the kind of gist of it. And then here, this is going to kind of come up. I think I'm going to essentially almost just flow the whole fender here. Let it come up. It'll be fine because then I can do my hood side and cover up the little bits that are there. So it's kind of my vision. I don't know. See how it goes. I mean, it's not bad. I feel I have to make the shock mounts yet just to call this one a win. Then at least we have those down. I'm gonna have to modify a spring. Like the front end's gonna go up. I love how low it is right now, but I don't think that's very drivable. That's just way too low. I don't know. I feel like this one I gotta move a bit, but it might have moved on me. I'm gonna have to measure again. I was kind of clamping, just making sure that my wheelbase was staying the same. I'm not too concerned, you know, because we have adjustment in the links that we can kind of pull everything. I just want to get them pretty close within. If I can get them, you know, even as an eyeball within a 1/4 inch, I have like lots of adjustability in the link down there. So this side feels like it's not as far forward as the other side, but we can fix that easily. It just needs a little an adjustment and a shove. Yeah, because this one's definitely a better fit. I think my fender, everything's good on this side. I think that fender needed a tweak though. We'll check it when we do the wheelbase check, but we're pretty close because I feel this fender has a, like when I do the twist, it's going to correct it or something. I don't know. I'll check it again. I might have to just give this a quick adjustment, but yeah. Anyways, let's reef that thing up. Let's quickly make some simple shock mounts and call this a video in my eyes. I don't know if I got everything I planned to do because we had a few unforeseen things that happened, but let's measure up these shocks and try to get them going. right, folks, I'm pretty happy where we got. It's, the wheel looks good. I love this height, even if I could go in a wee bit more, but that's like perfect in my eyes. We kind of just boogered some of this 1/2-inch tube here just to kind of get a feel where things are gonna sit. And I'm liking it. Like, we'll have to figure out this whole sheet metal part. That's not a problem. I'm thinking I kind of like this, so I might box this off and we'll actually use it as our, like, a running board, like, framing. I'll come in and I'll bolt it over on this side. And then over here, it'll go here. And I'm not sure how I want to do this, whether I'll bolt it to the chassis or do something. That way, as a unit with the step and the front fender can come off if a feller had to take it off. So that would be cool. But we do want to like tie it to the frame. So back here is not that big of a deal because it'll bolt to the fender. That'll be plenty strong. But up here, like I say, it needs this. Whether I do a gusset up here and do a couple bolts in it or what, I don't know. Or I could even do like a flange plate and just bolt straight through and just sandwich it and hold it there as well. I don't know. I'd like to have it with a little bit of a brace just for some extra support, but I have it in here. I have this on like just lightly all tightened. It's good. Did the shocks so you can see the mounts, how we did it right there. I ended up making them too long. I didn't really factor in down travel. I was gonna make it even shorter, but at least we got like 3 inches of up travel now because I really like this height. You can see where my spring, everything's just hot garbage right now. So I'll try the other spring, see how that all fits. I'm thinking I'll have to reverse the eye on this one and pull a few springs out, and then this original spring will probably work and get me what I want here. 'Cause I'm pretty happy. This is plenty of clearance. Like, well, it's very close to scrub line, but it's there. Like, it's got the look. It's got the look. Pretty happy. Cross member, happy where it is. All I did is, like I say, all this stuff is wrong. So this is not right. That's not right. Yada, yada. I'm going to switch that around. See, I have to take this pin out, flip it around, put it back in. But the spring wasn't long enough. And I just wanted to see how low I could have this car. So I still have to go in and box, but we're a couple steps closer to just tearing this thing apart. And then I can really address the chassis and fix all the stuff and weld. Like, there'll be a day of welding, that's for sure, coming up. But yeah, pretty awesome, pretty happy. Anyways, I'm thinking that is where we're gonna leave this one. Didn't quite get us, I don't think I got as far as I wanted, but I'm pretty happy. We had a few little things we had to fart around with and fix, but anyways, as always, folks, I wanna thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one, where hopefully I get all the running boards and all that jazz done. We kind of button up a lot of this stuff. It'd be pretty awesome. All right, later, folks.